What's going on, folks? Your friendly neighborhood scumbag reseller here. I was just watching Gerard, the completionist, on his channel. He did this really nice channel update video, just kind of bringing the viewers into what's going on behind the scenes on the channel. And I was like, what the heck? That's what this entire channel, Renix Sale, is for. So I thought it's high time I do that. Today I'm going to get into general direction of the channel. I'm going to update you guys on our inventory situation, give you a little sneak peek at some vids that are coming out that I'm really excited about. We're going to talk about sponsorships. We're going to talk about Riff and Spanky, and just bring you guys into the fold. So shout out to Gerard for that idea. I've been slacking in this department. What do we want to talk about first? Let's talk about, actually, I'm going to bring you guys off of the tripod here. We're going to get nice and familiar. We'll talk a little bit about the inventory situation here at Phoenix Resale. Over here, we're setting up for Whatnot show that we have next week, which is like a bunch of Game Boy stuff. So if you're into that, check it out. Not sponsored, but that's, this is a resale operation. This is what we do. I've got this cool little, oh dang it, setup here for taking photos that's collapsible and just goes like right down into here when we're done with it. This is some of the other stuff that we've been photographing and listing. And then over here is a bunch of Amazon stuff. This is like our Amazon general shelf over here. Look at all these handhelds. Isn't this just absurd? We've got like 4 Super Game Boys here, all kinds of good stuff that's going to go off there. And then a bunch more RGT stuff over here, which I told you guys about last time. I've been getting so many comments on videos on the main channel. When is the RGT video coming out? But you guys who watch this channel know May 21st, just like less than 2 weeks from now. The reason that all that stuff is so delayed, I think I said last time, is to allow us a little bit of freedom. Actually, I don't want to show that over there. I don't want to spoil you guys on Mission Switch. Allow us a little bit of schedule flexibility. And to be honest with you guys, it's actually, I've filmed farther in advance now than I have in a long time for the main channel. I just got back from Game Jam South, a convention in Alabama. The video for that is going to come out in like mid-July. And a lot of people don't really like that because it feels less real time. And that's totally fair. The reason that I do it that way, and first of all, that's also a big reason that I do this channel, because I will literally film, edit, and upload a video all within the span of 1 hour. So if you guys are watching this the day that it goes live, I filmed it this morning. By the way, how do you like these new glasses? Erica really likes them. The reason that I do it that way is oftentimes in this business, events will happen that are video worthy in clusters, right? So for example, late spring is when convention season really hits. And conventions are such dynamic places to film videos that I want to take full advantage. But I don't necessarily, if I'm filming 10 videos in a month and only uploading 4, I don't want to just upload 10 videos one month and then 2 the next month. That feels inconsistent and even worse for the viewers than spacing them out and making them a little bit more delayed. It also gives me freedom when I have that much of a backlog to, if I just want to take a couple weeks off of filming videos and focus on, for example, getting our stacks of inventory out the door, I'm able to do that. So hopefully you guys understand and you still appreciate the consistency of every single week there's a Phoenix Resale main channel video coming out. Hopefully this isn't wobbling too much. I'm holding it right now. Let's put you back on the tripod, shall we? That said, have some killer videos coming out that I'm really excited to share with you guys. I'll give you a little bit of a sneak preview. So on the trip where I went to go pick up Sean's huge collection, I also went to a couple really cool places. One is, from what I can tell, the largest game store in the US, which honestly on the inside doesn't look that huge, but it is like a big warehouse space. So that's going to be a video. I went game hunting in New York, went to the best rated game stores in New York, which I'm also really excited about. I went to Houston and went to some of their best game stores, went Switch hunting in Las Vegas. I've been traveling a crazy amount, so I'm actually really glad that, basically for the rest of May, I'm home. I'm not doing any crazy conventions or buying or anything like that, unless somebody calls me with, a 50K collection. Then I'll probably get my butt up and go buy it. But anyways, been doing a butt ton of traveling, and I'm really excited for those videos that are coming out. I hope that you guys are as well. Just went to Game Jam, and that video is actually going to be one that I'm editing myself. It's mostly voiceover, and it's going to be very different. That's coming out mid-July. That's the one that I told you guys I just filmed. And I really hope that you enjoy it. Even though it will be somewhat absent from editor riff, that'll be the worst part. It's going to feel very different, I think, than my normal videos. So anyway, look forward to that. What else are we talking about today? Spanky and Riff. So Riff is good as ever, cranking through videos, working like a madman. He edits for like 4 channels now and has a full-time job, which is absurd, but is still, man, like we're like maybe 2 or 3 videos ahead currently. We've got those like listed and scheduled in YouTube in terms of edits, which is great. Spanky is going full-time next week, which I'm really excited about. It's definitely going to help us move more inventory. Also, to like, truth be told, I'm kind of anxious about it. Like having a person, and what's more, a friend, a personal friend's like full-time livelihood dependent on this business. I've put it off for a long time. Now, I've been flipping stuff for 4 years, probably had the revenue to have somebody on full-time for at least the last 2, but I put it off and put it off and put it off. But at this point, he's finishing up seminary, and it's either like make a full-time offer or, he's probably going to find something else, and I wouldn't blame him at all. So, and also, like, he's my friend, so I want to do that. But it also, to be honest with you guys, it makes me a little bit anxious thinking about, like, okay, if this business fails, it's not just me on the line anymore. It's me and my good friend. And also, to a lesser extent, Riff and Brittany, my thumbnail designer, they're contractors, so they can, pick up other clients, and they're both excellent. So they wouldn't have much trouble doing that. But I'm feeling very ambivalent about my first hire, mostly excited. And I'm not, like, for the last couple of years, the business has had more than enough revenue to pay someone else in addition to me. I wouldn't make that decision if there wasn't a good amount of, financial padding there. And I think that, if anything, our revenue and profit will actually increase, given that, like, we'll just have so much more, like, man hours to put into moving product. We may end up doing more Whatnot shows. We'll definitely be listing more on Amazon. But there is that little anxiousness there that I just, want to be real about, because for any of you guys who are also business owners, you probably understand that anxiety, that those nerves that come with that. It's a lot of pressure, and it's something that I never really envisioned for my business, but I'm also deeply grateful that I'm able to do that. And I hope that, I hope that it's something that is just very, very positive in Spanky's life. What else? Oh, sponsorships. That's actually one thing that I thought was really interesting that Gerard was talking about on the Completionist channel, is how their sponsorship dollars are kind of starting to dry up, to contract a little bit. And I've definitely been seeing a similar thing on my end. One downside of filming your videos so far in advance is it's really difficult to seamlessly integrate an ad read into, like, what you're doing in the video. So one thing that I really like to do, if I can, is I'll sort of break up an ad script that I've written into segments that I do, interwoven into, like, active game hunting. So it'll be like, oh, hey, check out this Super Nintendo game. I can probably make, $10 or so on that, so we'll throw that into the cart. With ShipStation, you're able to blah, 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 blah. Oh, and look at this game, right? Because it helps keep people's interests up. It doesn't feel so much like a corporate kind of slog. And also, it, just in terms of YouTube optimization, it helps keep viewers active longer, so it's a smart thing to do. Kind of a win-win if I can do that, but given that my videos are filmed so far in advance, oftentimes, like, I just filmed a mid-July video. I probably wouldn't have a brand hit me up for something in July until like mid-June. They don't operate most of the time that far in advance, which is a little surprising. You would think that these large brands would be like have their stuff together farther in advance than the tiny YouTuber, but whatever. And they also will take like 4 to 6 weeks to pay once it's done. Anyway, I'm not going to rant about that, but I have something in the works right now that for now, I'm going to play close to the chest that will allow me to hopefully do less sponsorships. That's all I'm going to say right now. It's not a course, although I'm also not anti-course as much as some people are. I think there's definitely value in them, and I've had people ask for it, but that's not what it is. It's something that, because I really love the idea of having things, because sometimes you guys will know, like, I'll take a video and rather than doing a sponsorship, I'll just say like, hey, by the way, if you're a new video game reseller and you're looking to get better at it, that's kind of what my Discord subscription is for. It's a bunch of game resellers that are trying to help each other answer questions and, get better at reselling and stuff like that. And I like being able to do that rather than an external sponsorship because it just feels more personal. It feels more tailored to the audience, and it's something that I believe in more than anything. And where I'm looking in the future of the main channel is to be able to do more of that kind of stuff if I can, and less of the random HelloFresh or whatever, miscellaneous VPN. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But I think there's something more personal about having your own thing that you can do. I'm rambling at this point. What did I want to talk about last? Longevity. This is a tough one. The average shelf life of a successful YouTube channel is like maybe 10 years. I would love to do this for longer if I can. I'm going to take you guys off again. I feel like this shot has been kind of stagnant. A big part of where my brain is right now, and a big part of the reason that I went down to 1 a week uploads on the main channel rather than it was 2 for the longest time, is that I would love to be able to do this for another 10, 12, 15 years. Am I going to want to do it that long? I have no idea. I mean, it's been an absolute blast for the last 3 and some change years that I've been on the platform. But I don't know, a decade, a lot can change in that time. Where my mind is now is I'm trying to create videos in a way that could theoretically be sustainable for the long haul. It definitely is like, it's a lot, and I am not the kind of person to ever complain about this job. I think I have 2 of the best jobs out there, reselling and YouTube. Juggling them both is a handful sometimes, and I think there are definitely times that I've let myself get too far into just doing too much. Like I want both aspects of the business to be excellent, and that can take a lot, especially when you're doing multiple uploads a week. So I'm down to 1 a week now. I wouldn't be surprised if long term I even go down to like 2 to 3 a month. I know that that's kind of the opposite direction that most people would want the main channel to go. But one, it would mean that each video is even more excellent, even more joke frequency and better shots and more footage to pull from and a better told story. And it also would mean that I can just do this for longer. One thing that like a lot of people don't realize is like even the best TV shows, the best sitcoms, like Seinfeld was 9 seasons. Succession, which is Erica and I's now favorite show of all time, is ending in its 4th season. Even the best stuff, like people get bored of it. And if you're not constantly reinventing yourself and like doing something new, it's really tough to sustain doing the same thing in the same way for a long period of time. So I'd like to believe that I can continue growing the channel by just doing new game hunting series for the next 10 years. I don't know if that's the case, but I do know that the fewer videos I put out, the longer it'll take for people to get tired of me. So that also weighs in my mind when I'm considering how often to upload stuff. At this point, I'm really just kind of rambling. One thing that I would love to know from you guys, because I really see this audience as kind of my core, you know, the most of the most of the hater Hanks and the faceless Franks are not really going to mess with Renix P sale too much, although there definitely is some. One thing that I'd love to know from you guys is, what would you love to see in future collecting series? Like, beyond just, okay, what console am I going to go for next? One question that I'm asking specifically is, does it make more sense to condense collecting series all into like a month or two? And for that month or two, I'm only posting those videos. And then I go back to regular like convention or pawn shop or whatever videos for a couple months. And then I do another condensed collecting series. Is that more satisfying than doing a super long one that is extended over a year or more and like there are regular videos interspersed? You guys let me know what you would find more satisfying in the comments, because I honestly will probably very much take that into account in the future. I'm thinking as an experiment about, once I get to the end of Mission Switch, like the last 25 or 30 games, just only doing Mission Switch videos until I finish it, as kind of a mini experiment to see if people like that format better. But that's the biggest thing that I would love to know from you guys. Also, general feedback on like, what's the best and worst part of Phoenix Resale for you right now? I jokingly complain about Hater Hanks a lot, but the reality is I take constructive criticism from actual fans of the channel very seriously. I love comments that are like thoughtful and like, hey, this is something that I think you could really do better, or like, this would better serve your audience. I'm all about that. Anyway, really appreciate you guys. If you've made it this far in the video, you're probably like part of the core. So comment that in your response if you're saying anything like, hey, part of the core here. Anyways, appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.